Yeah, this is Norwegian Radio Channel P4, the breakfast guest, Angelina Jordan interview. And this is brought to us by Song and Heart. They have a lot of great little, I shouldn't say little, they have a lot of great videos on their website. So, if you have time to go visit, you might find that to be very interesting. So, yeah, uh, I've seen this before, but you know, I can't get enough of learning about Angelina. And at these early years, I think she's 8 here for the most part. I don't think she's any older than that. Hang on. Well, it says 7 years ago it was posted, so that would put her at 10. But I'm pretty sure she might have been younger than that in these interviews. But anyway, it doesn't matter. She's somewhere between 8 and 10. I don't like to get hung up on the age. I'm always getting corrected on it's a year off this way or that way. When she opens her mouth and starts singing, it doesn't matter. You know, you're listening to an angel. Doesn't matter that much whether it's 10, 11, 8, 9. The only thing that matters about it is that the younger she is and the better it sounds, the more amazing it is. But I think just the picture, looking at the picture and the disconnect between the picture and what you're hearing, in and of itself is amazing at that age. So, and by disconnect, I don't mean anything bad by that. What I mean is that, you know, the last one I put up was an interview and the guy from the Cork Orchestra. I don't know what his position was or whether he was a musician or you know, the conductor or whatever, but you know, he was saying that the mature sound that comes out of that little girl's body is just I forget the word that he used, but it was something to see, I guess. And yeah, I agree. So do most of you, I think. And the other thing that like these little interviews here, or now some of them aren't that little, but these interviews, this one fortunately has subtitles for all of us, and that speak English. The it just tells you so much more about her as a person. You know, there she is, a little girl being interviewed by adults. They're very kind and very thoughtful in what they say, so they're not trying to have any gotcha moments. You know, and because she's a little girl, you know, so they're not. I'm not going to say they're taking it easy on her, but they're trying to talk to her level, and she's speaking back to them, and she's answering their questions, and she also is very stream of consciousness. She says a few things, but she doesn't say too much. And I've mentioned this before because I think that's a real sign of intelligence. Her mom Sarah is basically the same way. They don't offer a lot of extra stuff. They answer your question thoughtfully and carefully, and you know, there are times where they chip in a little extra that you don't expect, but not very often. And it usually has to do with their how they conduct themselves, I guess personally, if you will. You know, and that's okay. Why not be a little thoughtful? And but the other thing is with Angelina is you get to see her nature and character as a child, and that's something that can't be practiced, rehearsed, or taught that early. I don't think. Well, maybe the taught part. Kids will tend to emulate their parents or whoever they're around the most, and you know, they'll take on their characteristics and the way they do things to a certain degree, and then eventually, as they get older, they modify that into, you know, with their own personality. But you know, when you see this young, Angelina's already had a whole bunch of experiences. This is after NGT, and so she's, you know, she could still be 8, she might be 9, she might be 10. I don't know what she is, and I don't care. So, but when you listen to it, I shouldn't say don't think I don't care about Angelina. That is untrue. Her age, she's timeless in my mind, and priceless, and precious as a person. So, yeah, Angelina, these interviews just tell us so much more. So let's get to it because I'm talking too much, as usual. Oh boy, not that. So, Let's go.
Av jenta som vant Norske Talenter tidligere i år og imponerte hele Norge med den utrolige stemmen sin, Angelina Jordan Astar. Hei!
Hei.
Hei, god morgen!
God morgen.
Er du glad i å stå opp om morgenen?
Ja.
Jeg synes du sa det var litt trøtt, jeg.
Er det sånn at mamma må dra deg ut av sengen, eller spretter du opp selv?
Jeg våkner opp selv.
Du gjør det, ja. Ja.
Du er altså 8 år gammel og har jo allerede fått til så mye vunnet Norske Talenter og allting. Likevel, når du våkner om morgenen, hender det at du har en drøm om noe enda mer?
Å synge for hele verden.
Ja.
Synge for hele verden, ja.
Men det har du jo nesten gjort. Var du ikke i Tyskland for ikke lenge siden?
Ja.
Ja, hva gjorde du der?
Jeg sang for de barna som har ikke noe klær, har ikke noe mat. De som er fattige.
Det er jo kjempefint å få lov å gjøre. Hvordan synes du det var da? Var det gøy?
Ja, det var veldig gøy.
Skal vi høre litt?
Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. And all the world on my hand.
Det er altså ikke Frank Sinatra du hører, men Angelina som synger Fly Me to the Moon. Du vet du hvor mange som så på dette tyske programmet?
Hva sa du?
Vet du hvor mange som så på det programmet?
Nei.
Det var 4 millioner mennesker
Oi.
som så på Ein Herz für Kinder. Jeg har en tysk mamma, skjønner du. Så
Er det litt rart?
Ja, men det er veldig morsomt, for at jeg elsker å stå på scene.
Og så har du også spilt inn en julesang som vi snart skal få høre, White Christmas.
Ja,
Hvorfor valgte du White Christmas?
fordi at den handler om snø, og den er veldig rolig og fin.
Er det hvit jul der du bor nå?
Nei, det er det ikke.
Og da passer det bra å drømme om en hvit jul, da. Sånn
Ja.
som i denne sangen her med Angelina. Det var Angelina Jordan Astar som vi har i studio akkurat nå, som vant Norske Talenter, og her sang hun White Christmas.
Hva ønsker du deg for noe til jul i år, da?
Jeg ønsker at det skal være hvit snø.
Men julenissen kom til dere i fjor, hørte jeg, og hva var det han sa da som du ble så glad for?
Han sa at vi hører deg på tomteland, der hvor de lager alle gavene og sånn.
At de hørte på deg mens de lagde gavene?
Ja,
Oi, hvordan var det?
jeg synes at det var veldig morsomt og veldig gøy.
Men du skal jo også spille inn en jazzplate, begynt på det?
Ja, den tar sin tid. Det er mange ting, fordi at jeg er veldig kresen. Men det skal være storband og strykjørorkester.
Har du allerede vært i studio og sunget litt, eller?
Ja.
Ja, men Angelina, du har også truffet en kar som heter Tim Bergling flere ganger.
Ja.
Han er bedre kjent som
Avicii.
Avicii, ja. Det var at da han traff deg, så fortalte han at han hadde sett deg masse på YouTube.
Ja. Og han er også veldig flink.
Så du syns han er et talent?
Ja.
Og han syns visst det samme om deg, skjønte jeg. Du var et kjempetalent. Hvordan er det å høre det?
Det er helt utrolig.
Hvordan er det å ha samme plateselskap som han da? Har du vært der?
Ja.
Hvordan ser det ut der da?
Det er mange fine studio og veldig stor, fin plass. Og så er det en piano som alle store artister har signert på.
Ja, for jeg hørte du var i studio som Madonna hadde brukt før deg.
Ja.
Var det en fint studio?
Ja, det var veldig, veldig fint. Det var sånn drømmeland. Det var
Å, ja.
sånn Hollywood. Eller, ja.
Og der kommer du til å spille inn platen din, da, eller?
Ja.
Ja. Så moro. Samme sted som liksom verdensstjerner ellers.
Ja, Angelina Jordan, tusen takk for besøket.
Tusen takk.
Og lykke til fremover, så gleder vi oss til å høre mer fra deg.
Tusen takk.
Yeah. So,
Vi har nemlig fått besøk av jenta som vant Norske Talenter tidligere.
let's find a picture of Angelina.
Jeg syns du sa det var litt rett, jeg.
Yeah, several things. 8 years old, yeah, it's right in there, so I probably should have known. It's hard to remember all the details of all the different videos, okay, for me. I used to have a sharper mind than I have now, but as age has creeped up on me, not as sharp as I used to be. And trust me, it hurts to admit that, but I have to. So, 8 years old, already did Norway's Got Talent, now on a radio show being interviewed. These are still shots, so I'm not sure what the arrangement was here, but anyway, the TV station does a wonderful job of piecing this all together. And, you know, as you saw, they couldn't play White Christmas, but we've heard many versions of White Christmas, and maybe we'll hear a few more before the holiday season's over here, the Christmas season's over. But the you know, the way she answers questions is just so, she's so smart, you know, so intelligent. She answers the questions. She's a little kid, you know. Santa came to visit, and she thought that was funny and amusing, or whatever she said. And, but yet, you know, it kind of leaves you with the impression that she's still, she may still believe that Santa is a real thing. I think as you get to be adults, me personally, I believe Santa is real. Because Santa lives within all of us. We have the option every day to put the Christmas spirit out there. It doesn't matter what day of the year it is. So I think that's the way I look at it. It goes from a symbolic picture that we have, and some people playing the character of Santa to help us believe, to it moves into our own spirit if we choose to let it in. So that's just me. That's what I think. So Angelina, she thinks a lot of this attention is amusing and funny, and it probably is from her perspective. And she seems like, they asked how many people, do you know how many people watched the German show, and then they told her 4 million. She said, "Wow, you know, she can't believe that, you know, this amount of attention that she's getting." And that's a good thing. That keeps her, that shows that she's you know, humbled by she's still humble, and not really that caught up in the stats, if you will, at this time of her life. As she moves into an older young lady, you know, people are always thrilled about hitting 1 million, 10 million, 100 million views or clicks or whatever it might be, and why not? You know, it's part of the gig. You know, you can't get famous without being famous, I guess. So, yeah. So, you know, I don't blame Angelina for getting caught up in that either. I mean, it's natural. I check my stuff every day, several times a day sometimes, just to see what's going on, and you know, check the stats, and it's just a barometer. It doesn't really mean a lot. You know, there's different things you can look at to help you try to improve your what you're doing. But you know, I go back to Angelina. She's such an authentic, just a genuine little girl. Like I said, you can't train. If she was on there reading from a script, or if she was on there being told what to say, you could tell. She's not. She's on there speaking right from her heart as an 8-year-old girl this way. How amazing. The other thing is, I started to tear up and shed some tears during the part where she walked onto the stage to sing "Fly Me to the Moon" at this, apparently it was a charity event of some kind. She's walking onto that stage all by herself, 8 years old, walks right up there to the mic and starts singing. You know, she's just, well, actually, pardon me. She was singing if she was walking up to the mic stand. And then she, I think she put the mic in the stand and continued on, and the audience started to applaud. And it's just amazing. she loves the stage. She's at home and comfortable on the stage. How many people can actually say that? Even a lot of people that are famous celebrities will tell you they get stage fright, they throw up before they go on stage and all these different things. They get out there and they shine, they perform, once they get out there. And I can tell you from my experience going up on stages and talking and all that kind of stuff that, yeah, there's a certain amount of, I don't know whether it's excitement, nervousness. I never much worried about how it was going to turn out because after it's over, it's over. But, I might try to think of a few things I want to make sure to say or whatever. But, I don't, as I've said many times, I've never worked from a script very well. I did try it early on in my life when I had to talk. But, wasn't me. I couldn't make it feel or sound like it was real. I was just reading off a paper and or cue cards back in those days in my lapel pocket, and I just never was comfortable doing that. I didn't like it. I didn't want to do it. I felt it didn't flow naturally. So for me, when I listen to Angelina talk, I know that's just a natural. She's just talking right off the cuff, and this is what I love. This kind of thing. So she's being interviewed. She's talking off the cuff. She walks onto that stage with that microphone singing "Fly Me to the Moon" on the way to the mic stand. In front of an audience. I can't tell how big the audience is, but when they started applauding, it sounded like there was quite a crowd there. And most people with the cameras on, out there alone on the stage, except for the piano accompanist. They say the biggest fear of most people is public speaking. Well, I can tell you one little person here that does not have any fear of that at all. But if you put in there singing, not only she has no fear, she loves it. Okay, and she says that she wants to sing for the whole world. She says it again here in this interview. She's, on the last interview I did, I think she was a little bit older maybe, and said same thing. She wants to sing for the whole world. She's never. As far as I can tell, she's never wavered from that dream and that path. That alone is amazing to me. To have that much, what do you call it, gumption or focused. I don't know. I can't come up with a word right now. But they have that ability to stay on track that long. Even still to this day. So she's 8 here. She's 17. She's going to turn 18 in just a couple of weeks. And to have that, maybe is it fortitude, maybe? Perseverance. Just a constant movement towards her dream is so, I don't know, it's just amazing to me. Because a lot of kids, they want to be this, they want to be a cowboy, they want to be an astronaut, they want to be a doctor, they want to be this, that, the other thing. Who knows? A teacher. It depends on what's going on that day, right? And that lasts maybe for a little while, and it could last, as long as little as a couple of minutes, all the way up to a few days, weeks, maybe even months, maybe even years. But it's going to last almost 10 years. That's it happens, but it's not all that common. So I have a lot of respect for that. That just to tell you where I'm coming from. I think that's a wonderful thing. I don't think. I've done a lot of things in my life, but most of them I stuck with for a while. I didn't, very seldom have I gone and had a job for a couple of months or even a couple of years. It's always been longer than that, because I just think you got to give it your best, and that takes some time sometimes. So anyway, let's move on. I don't want to talk about me. It's all about Angelina. I keep talking about me. That's stupid. Dummy. Okay. So this interview just tells me so much more about Angelina, and I love the way she talks. She's got a little giggles going on, and she responds to the questions and the whole thing. And she's cute as the devil right there, or cute as a button maybe is a better term. She's cute as a button. All little kids have teeth things going on. I don't even have any teeth anymore, so I wish I had even those, right? So you know, people talk about that, but yeah, she's just a wonder. She's a precious gem. So let me. I think that's pretty much what I had to say. I think we'll just end the thing there instead of going to the big screen. There's not a lot to see. There's only these still pictures, so we'll forego the big screen today. But yeah, I appreciate you being here. Thanks for coming. Have a good day, good morning, good night, whatever it is, wherever you are. We will see you on the next video. I hope you like these little interviews as much as I do. All right, guys. Bye-bye.